Good afternoon from East West Equestrian Arts and Baraka Heritage Farm in Pennsylvania. We thought we'd do something a little bit different today. This is actually Meet an Arabian Horse Month, so it's a really good time for us to talk a little more about the Arabian horses that make up part of our herd here. And so I thought maybe we'd walk around a little bit and introduce you to them since they're inside having a morning nap. Well, it's more like a lunchtime nap. Tell you a little bit about them and tell you most importantly why we absolutely fell in love with Arabians. To give you some background, we actually have 8 horses here and a donkey. So we have Arabians, quarter horses, and American paint. And over the years, I've ridden and worked with a lot of different breeds. And as a child, I actually, in the hunter-jumper world, I actually bought into the mythology about Arabians being difficult or flighty or too high-strung. And so I really didn't do much with them as a young person. And then as an adult, I ended up with an Arabian gelding. He was off the track, and he was also a straight Egyptian, Al-Kamsa. His name was Elef Ben Dubai. And Ben was the best trail horse. He was absolutely awesome. And Ben really changed my mind about Arabians. And then after Ben, I ended up with another off-the-track Arabian, which would be this fellow right here. This is To Catch a Thief. Lucky is actually a Polish and Egyptian Arabian. He's the last son of 40 thieves, and he raced until he was 5 when he was injured and came to me as a 6-year-old, and he's 24 now. So circling back, why do I love Arabians? Well, here's a 24-year-old Arabian, and he does lessons with beginners. He does trail rides. We do liberty riding with no bridle, no saddle. He is just the best teacher horse, and he knows when to be energetic and when to be calm, and he's very careful with the children. He's just a wonderful teacher and a wonderful babysitter, and right now he's actually teaching our new junior farm partner, Casey, how to ride horses, and Casey has never been on a horse in her life, and Lucky is teaching her the ropes. So they just impressed the heck out of me. This little guy here, this is Nasser. Nasser's our coming 3-year-old stallion. And he stays in the barn with the mares, calmly, politely. He's just an absolute joy to work with. And he does love his afternoon naps. And then this would be his mother, Bahia. And Bahia was in here for breakfast and for a little nap, and she'll be heading back outside. Of course, everyone is shedding and covered with mud because they run a 35-acre field. But you can see these are not high-strung, nervous, flighty animals. These are very friendly, curious, affectionate animals. Lovely to work with. So this is Lucky. And then Naya, our other Arabian, should be over here. We'll pop over here and see her. She's, I think, asleep and not always thrilled about being bothered when she's sleeping. But this is Naya. Naya is Bahia's sister, and she's the last of our Arabians. You can kind of see her face there. She says, "Leave me alone." So anyway, a really good story to illustrate the difference. The horse is tangled with a porcupine. Our lead mare, who's a quarter horse, very brave, and Lucky. And they both ended up with quills in their nose. Well, of the 2 horses, Lucky, when it was time for the quill removal after the very first one was plucked, even though everyone hurt, he stood absolutely stock still, eyes wide, but just the tiniest little quiver each time, and we were able to pull them all. He was able to get treated with no sedation and held perfectly still once he understood what was going on. My quarter horse mare, who is brave and steady and laid back as all can be, With the first quill, she was fighting every step of the way, and it took a lot of effort to get her taken care of. So that's just an example. These guys are smart. They're empathetic. They really are interested in their humans. And they're quick learners. One lesson is usually all it takes. So I can't say enough about the breed. I think they are just a wonderful family horse, multi-purpose, ride, drive, trail ride, jump, play with cattle, whatever you want to do. They just can do a lot of things. So I would really encourage families. Little bit of discussion here between Lucky and Maggie. I would really encourage families to consider checking these guys out. They are just a marvelous, marvelous breed of horse. So that's my plug for Arabians today. We encourage you to go online, search the hashtag Meet an Arabian Horse Month. You'll find all kinds of interesting posts. And if you go on the AHA website, there is a listing of all of the Arabian discovery farms around the country. And you can check them out and go meet an Arabian in person wherever you happen to be. So we're going to sign off now. We have some farm chores to get done, but really appreciate you taking the time to watch the video and learning a little bit more about these incredible horses. Have a great day, folks.